Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm really looking forward to showing you this Winter Wonderland tree today. This is a really nice way to add some extra elements to a tree to give it a designer look. And I'm going to give you those tips today, especially with the picks. There are a couple of DIY picks in here that you can see that I can post in the end from my Winter Wonderland DIY pick video, as well as a bonus DIY pick at the end of this video. So if you'd like to see how I took a $15 pick and made it for $3, a beautiful crystal pick for in your Christmas tree, then stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to do that. The first thing that I do to a Christmas tree is, even though it's pre-lit, I add twinkle lights. This is going to give a little bit more movement to your tree and a little bit more depth to your tree. So adding that extra twinkle in a little bit deeper into the tree gives it a little bit of movement and makes it a little bit more special. The next thing you want to do while you're adding lights to your tree is add any light features. So this is the time when you're going to be running extension cords up and down your tree in the center, that you want to do it before you get anything else on there. Now, this is a cool DIY that you see in the Winter Wonderland Picks video as well. I actually took an old Christmas tree and I flocked the entire thing, and then I used that as picks for my new Christmas tree. And so I gave it that snowy type appearance, and that's going to really help to amplify that Winter Wonderland appearance. Then I go ahead and add ribbon. You want to do this in a random pattern, or it's really up to you, but I like to use several different types of ribbon. I have one that's kind of like a fur, one that looks like a sweater, a glitter ribbon, but that it looks the best in my opinion if it's not completely uniform, somewhat of a cascading look down the tree. Now we're going to add some picks. Now some of these are going to be homemade picks that I've made. This one, for example, I just cut out of the yard and I sprayed it white with some spray paint. And I have also a couple more DIY picks in this video that you'll see on the tree. And I have that video attached to the end of this one so that you can watch it if you'd like. Adding these DIY tree branches is one of my favorite pieces to add to the tree because it really gives you artistic value with adding additional picks to the tree. So hanging crystals off of those tree branches, for example, or adding these birds to the tree or butterflies to the tree, it really gives it a lot of depth and a lot of visual interest when looking at your Christmas tree. Now lastly, I like to add picks to the top of my Christmas tree as well to give it a little bit more beautiful kind of designer topper effect. And this is how the tree looks so far with just the ribbon and the picks. You can see it's already starting to get that nice full appearance that you like to see with a designer tree. The beauty of using picks is it really can add that volume. If you try to fill an entire 12-foot tree with just ornaments, the amount of ornaments that you're going to need is astronomical. So this is a good way to get that tree filled up without necessarily putting in all the money and the effort into putting all the ornaments on the tree. Now, the last step is putting on the ornaments to the tree. And one of the tricks that I like to do is actually make my ornaments into clusters, especially if you have a big tree like I do. This is a 12-foot tree. So if you don't have all large ornaments and you have some of these smaller ones, if you put them on some wire and cluster them together, it's going to give you a little bit more impact and also make your decorating of the Christmas tree a little less painful. If you have ornaments that have lost their toppers like this one, you can just place that into the tree and it will stay there just fine, so you don't have to throw those away. Ornaments anyways do better when they're placed deeper into the tree as well as out on the branch tips. If you're putting an ornament near the branch tips or out on one of the branches, make sure that you wrap them to give them that more designer look. And here is the final look of the tree. I'm very pleased with the way it turns out, and it's always difficult to show on video just how spectacular a tree can look as it does in real life. But I'm sure if you follow these simple steps, you will get the same beautiful look in your home. And I hope that you enjoyed this. And I'm going to get to your DIY here, where I'm going to show you how to make some of those crystal hanging branch picks on a budget. So what you're going to need are some long branches, or if you're able to find some flexible branches, maybe at Michael's or something like that. I took these long branches and I cut them into 3, and I got these crystal ornaments from Hobby Lobby. They're right now 60% off, so that you can get it for a really good price. I took those 3 branches that I kind of trimmed down and I wire them together. I take a wire that matches the color of the branch that I utilized. These are black branches. And then I use that same wire to go ahead and wire on the ornaments. I cut off the previous hanger that was there and used the wire instead. And you just simply wrap that wire back the branch. And as you're wrapping the wire, you can just bead one of those ornaments on and continue to wrap that around the branch. Now to finish this pick out, to make it look a little bit more elegant, I just took a black satin ribbon and wrapped it around that wire wrapping. And for around $3 a piece, this is an excellent savings in comparison to some of the other picks that I have on the Christmas tree, which for example were $15. And so if you have a large Christmas tree, it's just really not economical to cover it in such an expensive pick. So this is a great way to save money and decorate your tree in an elegant manner. So I hope that you found that DIY helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed my video today. If you did, give me a thumbs up and stick around and subscribe for more holiday videos coming out this year. Thanks guys, bye!